Hello dear students, today we are going to study about the Scilab programming. This Scilab programming included in our BSc first year PCM Rajasthan University syllabus. And in this Scilab programming we will study about the physics problem and mathematics problem. So before that we should know about the software. In this software we have command window, command history and variable browsers, and if we need the help about this software then we can take the help from this function, right? This is question mark function, and or we can press F1 key, and here if we type x is equal to 1 then we get x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1 then we get y is equal to 1. If we need to sum the both variable, right, then we write z is equal to x plus y, then z output is z is equal to 2, right? This is the introduction about our software and what is the Scilab. Scilab is a high-level numerically oriented programming language. The language provides an interpreted programming environment with matrices as the main data type. Scilab is a freely distributed and open source scientific software package. Powerful open computing environment for engineers and scientific applications. Now maintained and developed by Scilab since 2003, right? This is the basic introduction about the Scilab. So Scilab also treated as calculator. So we should know about the some function house. Our Scilab will treated as calculator, right? If we need to add some values, right, like calculator, if we add 6 plus 5 then we get output 11. Similarly, if we need the 7 plus 8, right, 7 plus 8 divided by 2, then we get 7.5. So here our Scilab software is treated as calculator. The features of Scilab: a high-level programming language is possible, right? Scilab is an interpreted language, integrated object-oriented 2D and 3D graphics with animation, a dedicated editor also included in this software, right? And what is the working tools? So in this software we can solve linear algebra, sparse matrices, polynomials, 2D and 3D graphics with animation, interpolation, extrapolation and approximation, linear, quadratic, nonlinear optimization, ordinary differential equation solver and DAE solver, differentiable and non-differentiable optimizations, signal processing, statics and graphics and networking, right? And in this software we have some operations, arithmetic operations, and like for addition we add plus symbol, and for subtraction minus, and for power double star, and we can add here. So all type of arithmetic operations are included in this slide. Now predefined variable. Some variables are already defined in our software, right? If we write percentage I, then we get the complex value of variables, right? And if we write percentage pi, then we get the value of pi. So all the variables are already defined in our software. Next, the basic Scilab commands. So in this basic Scilab command, like if we write the command clock, then we get the time, exact time of our operating system. If we write clock, then the time will come, right? And if we write the date, the exact date will come, like 26 August 2022. And if we write the CLC, then our command window will clear. So CLC is the command to clear our working space, right? So from working space is clear. If we have some figure, then we write, if we have some figure window, then we write CLF. So CLF will delete all the figures in the command window. And if we write quit and exit, then our software will close, right? And if we move further, we will move to the some arrays, vector and matrices, means how we create the arrays or vectors and matrices. If we write a is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 or up to 10, then we get the row, right? Then we get the row vector. And if we need to get the another way for creating the row vector, so this is the different way to get the row vector. If we type is equal to 1 comma 2 comma up to 10, then we get the similar type of row vector. If we need to create the column vector, for column vector we should add the semicolon between them, then we write semicolon, right? So from semicolon we can write the column of our matrix. So this is the process to work in our Scilab software, and we click on enter, right? So we are simultaneously doing hands-on practice. So next, vector and matrices. We have write the row and column of the matrices. If we need to show the variables, right, and we can write variable as follows, right? If you need to show write some variable like a small is equal to 1 up to 10, then we get these values, we get the row values, right? If we need to write the one row for matrices, then another process is to write 1 up to 10, right? Again we get the 1 up to 10 values. And what is the role of this middle one? So middle one is help for increment. If we have one value, in one we add one value, then we get 2, and we add one value 2, then we get 3. So here one value is the increment in our programming, right? And if we write a is equal to 1, 2 and up to 10, then we get here 2 increment. So 2 is the increment for our command. So if we write 1 to 10, then 2 is treated as increment. If we add 1 If we add 2 in 1, then we get 3 values, and actually 9 value will come. And if we need to write about the a is equal to 100 ratio minus 10 ratio 0, right? Then we get these column matrices, right? So specified increment, so here is the specified increment is minus 10. So our variable is start from 100, writing from 100, and increment is minus 10. Then from minus 10 to 0 variable will come. And if we need to write about the vector with complex number, so vectors with complex number we can write like, if we write a is equal to 2 plus 3 into percent I, then we can write here in this way 4 plus I cap and 3 5 6. Similarly, if we write b is equal to 1 plus 6 multiplication, here star is showing multiplication and percent I is for complex variable, then we get the, and if we need to add the a plus b, then we can get the vector addition. For vector addition we can get the c value, right? So we can cross check these values, right? And a minus b, so vector subtraction, we can get vector subtraction, and a into b means multiplication of two vectors, right? So vector and line space, next command is line space. A is equal to line space. So a line space is generate a vector of 5 element. 0 is the first element and 10 is the last element. So first we write the 0 up to 5 variable, means 5 variable will type up to 0 to 10, 1, 2.5, 5, 7.5 up to 10. And log space, it means that generate a logarithmically spaced vector of length 3 between 10 to the power 0 to 10 to the power 4. Then we write here 3 values only. So our last variable is to show the total number of variables, means how much quantity will come, like the number is 1, 100 and 10,000. Similarly, if we write one vector a is equal to 1, 10, 25, 50 up to 15, then we get these variables. And how we assign, it means that how we assign the value, exact value, means how we pick up the exact data from our matrix. If we write A3, it means that we are taking A3. A is the matrix, right? Row matrix. From this matrix we will take the third component. So here third component we write A3, then we get here 25 answer, right? And next is vector matrices again. So we will look about some problems, so we can understand how we write the command inside the Scilab. Again we take the matrix A is equal to this, then the B is equal to sum of A, means total sum of A. It means that this command will add all the variables, right? All the numbers we will add here. Then we write C is equal to mean A. Mean A, it means that we will get the mean of this value, this matrix. And length of A, and how much length we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 length of A vector, right? A vector have number 1, 10, 25, 50 up to 15. So E is equal to maximum A. So maximum value of the vector is, so maximum value, it means that 1, 10, so in this vector we have maximum value is 50. So we get here maximum value of A matrix. So in our next problem we will show the minimum value of our matrix. The minimum value of the matrix is 1, and the product of all the elements, so product of all elements we get here this, a high sign, the return 1 if the sign of element is vector is positive, 0 if element is 0, minus 1 if element is negative, then we get 1 1 1, right? I is equal to find A. Return the indices corresponding to the non-zero entry of a array I is equal to 1 2 3 up to 4. Is it okay? So we can understand from our hands-on practice. If we practice more all the commands, then we can write easily. So if we write a p is equal to 1.4 10.7 minus 1.120 means p vector, then A is equal to fix p, means rounds the element of vector p to the nearest integer towards the 0. Then what is the value of this? We get 1, 10, minus 1 up to 20. It means that we are fixing our data. Means we do not need some extra terms. Means decimal term we do not need here. And here b is equal to floor p. So here floor p command will work like rounds the elements of vector p to the nearest integer towards the infinity. So towards the infinity we get the such type of values. And if we write c is equal to cell p, then round the element of vector p to the nearest integer towards plus infinity. And similarly we will get the result. What is the role of command round? So round the element of vector p to the nearest integer, right? Similarly we get the e is equal to gsort. Gsort means that sort the elements of p in the descending order. So in the descending order, how we write this? So 20.9 10.7 1.4 to minus 1.1. Again here we consider a matrix. In this matrix is 4 by 4 matrix, right? So in this matrix, entering a matrix, use space, or for row element use the terminate a row. If we use the command b is equal to sum a, so total sum a we get the 135. Give the sum of all the elements, we add and we get this relation. And command sum, if we type c is equal to sum a c, the sum of elements of column is we are adding only the column, then 34 we will get here the value. Similarly if we write sum a, then we get here sum of the row element. So the addition of row element is again 34 30, right? So if we add row and column, then we get 4 values. And matrix formation. So again we will think about the matrix. In this matrix, if we need to know about the 2 3, so it means that what is the value of 2 3? A 2 3. A 2 3 means that we are talking about the second row and third column, means second row. So this is the second row and third column. So second row third column is the 10. So similarly we can write a, and this type of command we get here this relation 11 7, and we because we are talking about here the column number 2. So column number 2 is this one, right? And similarly, if we need to write this, then we can write second row. This value will show the row and this value will show the column. Then we write these values. And what is the value of in the sequence of ninth? If we think about so ninth value is 0, right? So we get here A9 is equal to 0. Similarly, if we write the matrix again, B is equal to this type of matrix we will get here. We define the A matrix in our previous slide, then we get such type of relations. Matrix formation. EYE means that we are writing the identical matrix, and once means all the component will come here. Sorry, all the numbers will come 1 1 1, and zeros, then all number will come zeros inside the matrix. And again here we define A is equal to 1 2 3 4 and 2 3 5 6, and if we need to write in different way, then we write C is equal to AB. Then this matrix will come here, A matrix, and B matrix will come in the sequence. And random number of A, if we need to write the random variable of A matrix of the 2 row and 3rd column, then second 2 row and 3rd column we write like this. And if we write the V is equal to diagonal of A, then we write the diagonal of our A matrix, and diagonal of C, then we write diagonal of C, and diagonal of A minus 1, then we get diagonal of A minus 1, right? And if we have matrix 1 2 0 4, right? In this matrix, if we need to know about the determinant, so for determinant calculation we give a command determinant A, then answer is 4, right? If we can, so we can practice in our software, right? So if we write capital A is equal to 1 2 and 0 and 4, then we get this relation, right? If we need to calculate here the determinant of A, then we write DT about capital A, then we get our answer is 4, right? Means that we are going in correct direction, right? And the rank of A, if we need to know about the rank of our matrix A, then we type here RANK, rank of capital A, then we get our rank of 2, right? And similarly we can calculate the trace and inverse of matrix A, and norm of the matrix, and transpose of the matrix. And these are the polynomials. If we need to calculate the polynomials, then we give a command polynomials, right? And if we have 2 matrix, we can write in sequence. And the Scilab function. So Scilab function is very important in our Scilab programming. It is possible to define a new function in Scilab, right? And we use the function and function Scilab keyword. So here we write function y is equal to my function x, and we define here y is equal to 2 into x, and we write and function, and we write y is equal to my function 3. So x value is 3, then what will output will come here 6, because if we write x is equal to 3 inside this, and we get 6 value. Similarly, if we write x is equal to 8, then we define the function earlier. Is we define the function in this formula. Then we get here y is equal to 16. Is it okay? And the polynomials, and a polynomial can be created in two ways. One way is to define the polynomial in terms of its roots, and other way is to define it in terms of its coefficients. So here we write p1 is equal to poly minus 1 minus 2 to x. So here we define the two variables, means two component of our equation, like then we get here we already defined variable is minus 1 minus 2. Then we get polynomial equation is 2 plus 3x plus x. Then we get these relations. So these are the polynomials equations, and now finally we will reach at the plotting commands. In this plotting commands, say if we need to plot some functions, right? If we define x is equal to 0 up to 0.1 up to 10, right? And we define x variable, right? Here we define x variable. Then y is equal to sine of x, right? So y is equal to sine of x. We give a command here. Then plot. If we need the plot between x comma y, then what plot will come? Then such type of plot will come. We get here sine plot. Here we give a command plot x comma y. We define y is equal to sine x, and if we give a command plot x comma y, then we get here sine function plot, right? And again we can discuss about our problems. And if we give a x is equal to 0 and percent of pi on 16 to 2% pi, and right, then we write here y. This is the x value is defined here. Then we write here y value is y is equal to cos of x, right, and sine of x, right, and plot 2d xy. Plot 2d xy. Then we get here such type of plotting will come. Are you agree with that? It means that we have solved here few problems. If we need to give a command, like x grid, XGRID, X grid, then we get here different kind of plottings, right? This grid point will come. These are the grid points. These boxes are grid points. And next, so X level and Y level, we can define the X level and Y level. Means X level, Y level means that this is X level and this is Y level. So we define from our, if we write X level is X and Y level is sin X cos X. So this is a such type of plot will come, right? And finally is, thank you so much. So this topic is, I think, very informative for you, and in our next lecture we will take our main syllabus problem. So these are the basic things about the Scilab, and in this lecture we include the matrices and some functions. So we can take help from this lecture to solve our all types of problems. Thank you so much.